Hello guys, welcome back to our channel Mystery Recaps. Today, I'll show you the 2016 thriller crime mystery film titled Run. There are spoilers ahead. Watch out and be cautious. Diane Sherman gives birth to a premature daughter who is observed motionless in the incubator, surrounded by physicians attempting to save her life. Diane is laying in bed and praying in another room after the doctors have stabilized the infant. Diane enters the room to check on her child and inquires as to her well-being. In what appears to be a mother support group, a woman can be seen crying softly and asking who will help her child brush his or her teeth after she is finished. The group is eager to hear what Diane has to say, but she is clearly disinterested because she is on her phone throughout the meeting. Diane reveals with reluctance that her daughter Chloe will be attending college in a few months. She informs the group that she has been caring for her daughter for 17 years and that her entire life has revolved around her daughter's well-being. She reveals that she was so devoted to caring for her daughter that she never traveled or dated. The leader of the group describes Chloe as courageous for not being held back by her disabilities. Chloe awakens at precisely 6:45 a.m. and, after vomiting in the toilet, gets into her wheelchair. She goes to apply cream to the skin rashes she has. She then takes her daily medication and descends the stairs using her left foot. Downstairs, Diane is making an omelet. She pricks Chloe's finger to check her insulin levels and discovers that they are slightly above normal before Diane can administer an insulin injection to Chloe. Chloe takes the needle and performs the procedure herself. Diane then assists Chloe with her psychotherapy and schoolwork. In the afternoon, Chloe takes additional medication. When the postman arrives, Chloe immediately exits the room before she does. After noticing that Chloe is out of breath, Diane has already collected the letters. Chloe responds that she is fine when Diane instructs her to utilize her inhaler. Diane assures Chloe that if a college letter arrives, she will show it to her immediately and instructs her to focus on her studies for the time being. Diane harvests tomatoes from her garden, which she uses in the preparation of dinner. After rechecking Chloe's insulin, Diane discovers that it is low. She gives Chloe a piece of chocolate as a result. Later, Chloe is observed watching University of Washington-related videos. When her mother asks her a question, she barely responds because she is too engrossed in the video she is watching. Later, Chloe is observed working on a 3D printer in her room. To her dismay, a portion of its functionality does not function. When Diane inquires what's wrong, Chloe responds that she could tell her if she had an iPhone. In response, Diane chuckles. Diane hands Chloe the remainder of her medication. She descends to the basement. She pours herself a glass of wine and plays childhood home movies of Chloe. The next morning, Chloe sees her mother unloading groceries from the car in front of the house. She wants to go outside and is staring out the window when Diane receives a call and leaves to find better reception. Chloe examines the groceries brought by her mother and steals a few chocolates while doing so. She discovers a bottle of pills for her mother. She immediately places the pills back into the grocery bag upon hearing her mother. Diane explains that her previous pharmaceutical company went out of business, forcing her to switch prescriptions. Since her name appeared on the pill bottle, Chloe hesitantly inquired if the pills belonged to her. Diane scoffs and informs Chloe that it is merely a label. The following morning, Chloe fails to take her medication. She creates a device of some sort in order to reach the pill bottle on the highest shelf. One can hear a car approaching. Once again, it is the mailman, and Chloe rushes to retrieve the mail, only to encounter Diane, arrived at the door, initially alone. When examining the bottle, Chloe investigates pills with the name dioxane. Chloe discovers that her name is on the tag. She decides to remove it and discovers her mother's name underneath. She recognizes that she was given unnecessary medication. Later, when her mother gives Chloe her nighttime pills, she spits them out in secret. Chloe continues her trioxide research on the computer once she has determined that her mother is soundly asleep. She does not have an internet connection in the distance. Diane is observed watching Chloe from her bed. However, Chloe is unaware of this in the morning. One can see Diane arguing with an internet service provider. Their internet connection appears to be down until further notice. Diane inquires about Chloe's internet usage. Chloe tells a lie, claiming she has been Googling how to repair her 3D printer. Chloe seeks out opportunities to learn more about the pills whenever her mother is distracted. She attempts to call the pharmacy, but they abruptly end the call. She mistook her voice for that of her mother. After numerous failed attempts to reach a pharmacy, Chloe dials a random number and a man answers. She begs him to assist her by conducting research on dioxin pill. Following some persuasion, the man consents. Chloe soon discovers that dioxane is a medication used to treat heart disease and can cause heart failure. After discovering that the colors of the pills do not match, trioxide being red while the pills she has been taking are green, she stops taking them. Chloe is confused and unsure of what to do. The following day, Chloe and her mother attend a movie in a theater. Chloe makes an excuse to use the loo instead. Chloe exits the house and traverses the street to reach the pharmacy. She cuts through the waiting line and asks the pharmacist, "What kind of pill is this?" The chemist initially refuses to respond. Chloe lies that she and her mother are on a treasure hunt. The next clue is the name of the pill. The pharmacist informs her that the pill is a leg muscle relaxant intended for dogs. Chloe has an attack of panic. Diane rushes into the pharmacy and administers an insulin injection to Chloe. She transports Chloe home and then showers. She has deep scars on her back that appear to have been caused by slashing or whipping. Later, Diane calls the pharmacy to convince the pharmacist that she would never give her daughter animal medication. Diane Googles neurotoxins found in the home. Chloe awakens in a room where her door is locked. Her mother appears to be absent from the residence, so she attempts to flee. She is able to pick the lock, but a device is holding the door shut. Chloe decides to tie together a number of electrical cords, fills her mouth with water, and then exits the building through a window. She makes it to the next window, plugs in her soldering iron, and presses it against the window. She spits water on the window, accelerating the process of shattering. She ascends via the window. Chloe is suddenly unable to breathe and must return to her room to retrieve her inhaler. She then rushes to her elevator, only to discover that the power is out. She falls down the stairs and sustains injuries as a result. While injured, she discovers that she can move her toe. Chloe attempts to flee in her wheelchair, but rolls inadvertently in front of a truck. Thankfully, the truck stops, and an unsettling man approaches Chloe at the same time. Diane is present. Diane and the man argue as a result of the man's suspicion of Diane. The man asks Chloe whether she wishes to go to the police station or the hospital. She responds that she wants to go to the police. Sadly, before they can leave, Diane incapacitates the man by injecting him with insulin. Chloe begins hyperventilating and then faints. Chloe awakens in the basement, where she discovers her college correspondence in the garbage. Chloe also discovers baby pictures of herself walking, despite her mother's assertion that she has always used a wheelchair. Chloe also discovers a death certificate for a baby named Chloe that indicates she was only alive for about 2 hours. The newspaper clipping, which describes the theft of a baby from a hospital, suggests that Diane stole Chloe as an infant to replace her deceased child. In a flashback, Diane holds her dead child while screaming. Later, she observes the infants in the newborn ring while waiting for the nurse to leave. Chloe weeps upon realizing the situation. As Diane enters the room, the two engage in a heated argument. Chloe inquires if Diane has ever been truly ill. Diane then sobs, attempting to convince Chloe that everything she's done was for her own good. Diane begs Chloe to return them both to their previous lives, but Chloe refuses in a fit of desperation. Diane pours paint thinner into a pot and inserts a syringe into the paint thinner. Seeing that Diane is about to poison her, she tries to escape. Chloe rushes to the closet and locks the door behind her. Diane begs Chloe to open the door, but Chloe remains unresponsive. When Diane breaks down the door, she discovers Chloe holding a bottle of lethal pills. Chloe yells that Diane needs her, and then gulps down several pills. Diane screams and attempts to induce vomiting in Chloe with pills. However, is unsuccessful. She is compelled to transport Chloe to the hospital, so she does so. Additionally, Chloe is secure outside the hospital room. Diane implores the physician to allow her daughter to continue treatment at home, but they refuse. Within her hospital room, Chloe attempts to attract the attention of the attending physician. It appears that her hands are paralyzed. Chloe attempts to write on a sheet of paper, but a medical alert forces the doctors to leave before they can see what she has written. Diane uses this occasion to kidnap Chloe. When, in the elevator, she promises not to harm Chloe ever again. The physicians discover that Chloe has been kidnapped. Meanwhile, Diane attempts to get Chloe down the non-functioning escalator stairs by herself. She fails because Chloe is preventing her with her legs. Before she can use it, Diane pulls out her gun during an argument. A police officer shoots her, causing her to fall down the escalator stairs. 7 years later, Chloe is seen driving towards her mother's house. It appears that Chloe's legs have improved and are functional, but she is still confined to a wheelchair. She encounters a visibly ill Diane. Chloe vomits 3 tracks and pain pills, and Diane's pulse accelerates. Chloe declares that it is time to return home, indicating that she will care for Diane in the same manner she did for her. Be sure to subscribe and enable notifications so you can view similar videos. Thank you for viewing.